Hello, everybody. I'm Ernest. Do you approve of what's going on in the government? Do you approve of the Trump administration? For some of us, just to give you heads up on if you're first time watching my video, I'm a federal employee. I turned in my deferred resignation, and I'm still waiting to see if I'm going to be approved and be able to go ahead and resign and retire. But there's a bunch of people in the federal government that are just getting fired, and mostly I see is people that are under a probation period. So when you first get hired in the government, you go under a probation period. I think it's 1 year for new hires, and in that period you can get rid of people a lot easier that are not probation, but they're just firing or getting rid of people that are in the probation period, which is, I don't know if it's always going to be wise. I understand why they're doing it because this is such a large workforce. I believe I've heard 2 million government workers in the United States, and where do you start? How do you see where to cut and what not to cut off? But let's bring my office is a perfect example of why cutting people off that are under the probation period may not be wise. So, for instance, there's 3 of us in my office. I work in the military pay section, and I have a supervisor who is under probation, even though he has been working for the federal government for like 10 years. So, but since he got promoted, he did a good job, and he got promoted as a supervisor. He is under probation, so he's possibly one of the people that could get let go. The other person is she's a new hire, so you automatically you go under their probation period, so she would go. So that leaves me, and I'm retiring and resigning. So if they let go of the 2 persons because they are under probation, and I'm let go because I took the deferred resignation, you just cut out my whole office. And what's the effect of that is over 3,000 military members would stop receiving their pay and their benefits and all the bonuses, the clothing allowances, hazard duty. Everything would just stop if you clean out my office. There's nobody else there, just us 3. So that's an example of letting go people that are in a probation period, how that might not be wise. There needs to be a more surgical way of doing it. And I can tell you, everyone in my office is busy. I know they're trying to find the people that are not reporting to work or working from home, maybe people that don't even exist. This workforce is so large that I think they could possibly finding people that left long time ago or passed away, whatever, and they're still receiving their check, or someone in their family most likely is receiving their check. I think that's what they're trying to uncover. So now every week I have to send an email with 5 statements of what I did the previous week, which is not a big deal. But there was some confusion there at the beginning. Our management was saying, don't respond to those. We don't respond to outside our agency and all that. But I guess there's been some kind of cooperation going on, and now we're told that we need to respond to the email. and it's not a big deal. It's just it's kind of odd, yeah, that we um, find ourselves having to do that now. So that's just one aspect of what's going on with Trump, and as far as those jobs that are being cut. Now, there's agencies being cut, like the most famous one is USAID. I'm just watching a Senate hearing with about USAID and all the fraud that they are finding. USAID was formed to be a humanitarian source that the government can send money to starving people, places in the world that needed funding for healthcare and such. And it seems like, from what, if everything they're saying is true, that they're finding out about these the way this money is being spent, it's being converted into a political force. And the other problems we have is NGOs, non-government organizations. Uh, as Elon Musk said on Joe Rogan's show, these NGOs are just another way to funnel money without being audited by the government. So this money is given to, let's say, some kind of health organization, and the leader of this this NGO just takes a little bit off the top for herself or himself, a couple million. That could be how a lot of these politicians are only make $200,000 a year, but yet they are multiple millionaires. Some of them are super wealthy, and they don't make that much. They maybe make 250,000 to 200,000 a year, which, by the way, is a pretty good amount of money for any one person and a family. But then to find out that their net worth is like $20 million. Something's going on there. If they got some stock tips illegally, I want in on that. I want to buy that stock too. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of nervousness going on about Trump these days, and I say I'm part of that. I am a Trump supporter. It's just time will tell how how effective this administration is going to be and what's going on. I hope, and I know some innocent people are going to get hurt. Some good workers are going to lose their job, and but I guess it's the only way to get to these cuts, so that we can pay off our deficit, so we can actually operate on the money that we're given. Like I carry no debt. I don't have any debt, and I like operating that way. But the interest on the debt is more than the military budget, and I don't remember what the military budget is, but it's like 700. So I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's trillions of dollars, I think, that are every year budgeted to the Department of Defense, and we get cut every year. And Trump did the same thing to us too. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. I'm being patient and holding back my these thoughts that go through my head, like, oh my God, did I do the right thing by voting in Trump? I think in the end, it's going to all come out and hopefully become a more well-balanced country, economically, mentally, and all these things. Some people are not gonna like it. They're just not gonna like it. Uh, you know, like I'm gonna touch on something that's a little touchy. Like I work with a transgender in my office in the military, and he's in the military, and he's a great worker, by the way, and I don't have any problems with him. But he may lose his job uh, because it's not accepted in there. So I don't know what to think of that because I'm kind of traditional, but I see that firsthand for myself, um, and um, he's going to be a great loss once we lose him. If it comes to that, I think he's trying to get a waiver, but I don't want to talk about his business on my channel. But anyway, um, those are things that, like I said, innocent people or good people are going to get affected through this. And I hope in the end, years from now, history will show that this is the right move to make. Comment down below on what you think. I'm sure I've missed some stuff. There's just so much going on right now. I can't hardly even keep up. Every time you look, there's something new developments and something. The whole Ukraine Russian war. That whole thing was Lewinsky or whatever. They scolded him like a child. I don't know if he deserved that or not. I don't know. I don't know enough about the behind the scenes stuff that is going on. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.